Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today. Oh my goodness, there was a few technical difficulties, but here I am. So hi everyone, thanks for joining me this morning. We are going to create a card using the Dandy Garden Wishes and the dies, the Dandy Wishes dies, and I'm going to show you how to do a custom background for it. Now, I saw this video by Sara, or I saw a card by Sara Sayers on how to create this video. So I've changed it a bit and made it my own, and I'm going to show you how I made it's very easy, but it's really cute. So let me just stick you to my table view so you can see. I forgot to turn one light on, so let's get that. There we go. Okay, we're up and running and ready to go. Good. So this is the card I'm going to share with you today. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to go really up close. See if I can get there. See the background? Isn't that stunning? And it's so easy to do. Okay, so to make this card, I am going to use the card base is thick basic white, and then I have a piece of basic 5 1/4 by 4 basic gray and for the inside, and a piece of white. Now, if you see this, the Garden Wishes stamp set does not have that image in it, but that's okay because that's a die cut that I'm using. So isn't that awesome? Ah, it was such an inspiration. Okay, so on the front, we have another piece, 5 1/4 by 4 basic gray, piece of gray granite, 3 5/8 by 4 7/8 to layer on top. This is Shimmery White Cardstock, and it is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And that's what we're going to do the background on. I have a scrap of gray granite, and I've already cut out one of the white ones. Oh, I got 2 yellow ones, but we don't need 2 yellow ones. And one from Sahara Sand. So I didn't want to have to do all of the die cutting because the important part of this one is the technique for the background. All right. Now, my dirty paper out because I'm going to have to do some blending. So I'm going to get my blending brushes. I keep mine in a mug, and this is my cleaning cloth. So I need the brown one, I need the yellow one, and the gray one. Okay, pull my sleeves up because this is going to get fun. This is what I love doing. I love blending and creating backgrounds. Okay, so I'm going to start with, oh, I should show you before I do that, show you what my colors are today that I'm using. I'm using So Saffron, Basic Gray, Sahara Sand, and Gray Granite. And then I'm also using the Gray Granite blends. Hey, I was going to say, hey, Carrot Top. Hi, Shanna. And then a spritzer with some water in it. So I'm going to start. Thank you. It is a very pretty card. I'm going to start with my So Saffron, and I'm going to work this way on the card. And you can always add more, but you can't take it away once you get it on there. So just start lightly and start off of the page so you don't get those big dark blotches on there. And then the more you work it, the deeper your color will be. And I'm going diagonally. And now I'm just going to pull some in so that the edges are a little bit darker than what's in the middle. Okay, and then just a little bit more right here. I want the yellow to be quite dark, and because it's so saffron, Because it's so saffron, it takes a while to build that color up. I would never to your face call you Carrot Top. I don't think in all the years we've known each other that I've done that. But that's what happens when you try to talk and read at the same time. Okay, and now I'm going to go on to Sahara Sand and do the transition bit in the middle. Now this is also a light color, so you have to be aware of that and build your layers up. Now because this is shimmery white, you got a bit of wiggle room to fix that mess that I did there where I put the blob on and I shouldn't have put the blob on. That's okay. And it just gives you a nice, these blending brushes are absolutely phenomenal. They give you a nice transition from one color to the other without any lines. Okay, there we go. So there's the Sahara Sand. And then I'm going to put some gray granite on it. I'm going to turn this around and put some on this side, the gray granite. So gray granite is a warm gray, so it has brown undertones, and that's why it works so well with the other colors on this card. And this technique, you could do it with any color you wanted. I just really like the color combination that Sara used, and that's why I'm doing it as well. Apparently my ink pad needs to be re-inked. I've had that issue the past little while. My ink pads are all drying out at the same time. I guess that's what happens when you ink them all at the same time. Okay, now we'll just bring some in from the sides. Holy man, that rain is coming down. It's almost like hail out there. I wonder if hubby is hauling gravel today or if he got told he's plowing snow. Hey, Carmen. Okay, so there we have the colors. So there's so saffron going to Sahara Sand and then ending with gray granite. The next, so I need this. The next step is to take the light gray granite Stampin' Blends and flick some color on your base. Now you can do as much or as little as you like. And these Stampin' Blends are awesome for flicking. They really get some good color in there. Now, I'm going to go in with the dark gray granite and do the same thing. Now, the more aggressive you get, the bigger your blobs are going to be. There we are. That. Isn't that cool? Now, we have one more step to go. Put that away. I forgot to get my paper towel out. You need a piece of paper towel for this. Oh, hi, Joanne. Thank you for watching live. Carmen, I bet it's snowing up there in Sutton Pass, where my hubby is supposed to be hauling gravel today, but probably plowing stuff. Okay, so now I have a spritzer with some water in it. And before I start, I always take my spritzer and spritz it into my garbage can. Get it preloaded and make sure there's nothing clogging the I was going to say nostril. Nozzle. Now I'm going to be up quite high, probably 8 to 10 inches away, because the closer you get, the bigger your dots. So if you're not sure what the effect you want, start way up high, and then if you want bigger dots, work your way in. So I'm just going to spritz the whole thing. Now you want you want dots to happen. I'm going to get it up close. Can you see the water dots happening? And then you blot them off. So there's the background. Isn't that amazing? I got a little carried away here, and I've got a lot of big blops, but that's okay. If I wanted now to get rid of those, all I would have to do is just wait till it dries and then go back in and sponge some more with the blending brushes and repeat. You can play with it until your cardstock breaks down. Hi, Janet. Oh, Joanne, bonjour. Bonjour over there in Quebec. I am on the west coast of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, in a little town called Port Alberni. Thanks. Okay, so now we can do some stuff, and then I'll get my bits ready while that's drying because it has to sit and dry for a while. Okay. So I have some of the die cuts already done. I need 2 white ones, and the second white one is going to come from here on the inside. So let me get my inside piece out. Oops. My mouse hit, and I lost the comments. Come on. There we go. This one, that way, there. I hate it when my computer does that, and then I lose all the comments. Okay, so I have my white piece from the inside, and I'm going to get out this die. Now, there isn't a type of, I don't know, it's flower or a weed or a seed pod or what it is that looks like this, but I have no idea what it is. Now, I'm going to get, just thought of something. I'm going to get a piece of adhesive sheet and put it on there where I'm going to put this, because I didn't put them on the other ones, and I should right now, before I forget, I should go and I should be putting adhesive on here. Let me find my mat so that they dry. I only need one of the yellow ones. I don't need both of them, so we'll get rid of that. So the gray granite to do the pieces to do these are 2 by 4. And if you want longer ones, they need to be 2 inches wide, and you can just make it as long as you want. Oh my gosh, we're not playing nice today. So the die itself is 5.5 inches, so you can make it whatever length you want. Let's get my Tombow dots going on here so they get a chance to dry. Maybe. Come on, don't die on me now. Oh, then I just had an avalanche. I'm going to take my pin and unclog it. Okay, now it should work. There you go. So I'm going to put dots on the end of each of these little things. Come on. I don't want to squish it too hard. Oh. There we go. So if you have an issue with your, oh, now it's really coming out. Uh-oh. If you have an issue with your Tombow coming out, what I do is I stick it over top of my garbage can and really squish it hard. And what that does is it takes out any of the anything that's in there that's blocking it. Of course, you can't use anything that's in your garbage can because you have glue everywhere, but that's okay. I'd rather do that than not be able to use my glue. Okay, and this one. Oh, you guys can't see that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I have to cut another basic gray one. There we go. Put that off the side to dry. That so I don't get it everywhere. Oh yeah, now they've moved and they're on top of each other. Oh my gosh. Come on, dudes. Cooperate. Okay. All right, so I have I bought a bash or a scrap is the word I'm trying to get, because this one is a bit too big to cut out of the middle. Now what you could do is just put it in, run it so far, and then back it out and cut that off. So I'll show you how to do that, because I don't want this to be down here. Oh my goodness. The comedy of errors this morning, I tell you. Okay, so what I'm talking about, put your die, your paper on, put your die in the middle, make sure your tail is going to be long enough. And then I'm going to move it down and I'm going to put my plate on right to there. Or you could run it through your machine until that spot and back it back out. Either way works. You just don't want to cut all the way. All right. Oh, and I did put adhesive sheet on there. Oh, good Lord. All right, so what I did was I put the plate to here and then I just ran it through and that cuts it like this. And then all I need is my scissors to cut that off. Okay, so now I got to put some glue on these. Bring my silicone mat back in. Move these around so I can get another one on there. Come on. I think it's time to clean my silicone mat. Come on, there we go. And some Tombow on this one. And this just makes it so that you have nice clear Tombow dots everywhere. And if you put it down and you don't like it where it is, they allow you to lift it up. Now, I just have the white one left to do. Oh, poor Shanna. I'm sorry. You live in the snow belt. Okay, so this one I'm going to put on here like this. And I am going to run it all the way through because I don't like this to be showing. And I did it on here and it's fine. See, it looks all right. So I'm going to run that through my machine now. Once I get the thing not to move on me. All right, running that through. I just wish they had the webcam in Sutton's Pass working, but they're still having issues. They had a camera there, and then they had a big winter storm, a lightning storm, and it zapped out all of the electronics up on top of the mountain where they have it. So, and that was a year ago, and they haven't been able to repair it yet. And they're looking at new technology because there's no cell service where the camera is, and they have to do it over satellite. And they're trying to, I guess they're trying to save money because it would be expensive running that thing all the time over the satellite. But it's a very important webcam because the weather up there can be nasty. Okay, I just got my glue dots on that. I'm going to put that off to the side. There we go. Let me see how my piece is doing. Oh, it's getting there. So you could take your heat gun to this and it would flatten out. I'm just going to add a lot of adhesive to it and not worry about it. Okay, we'll do some assembly. This piece that we did the background on is going on top of the gray granite. I'm going making sure I get right out to the very edge on this. Like that. There, now got that. I'm going to run another few strips down the center just because I don't want to have to worry about waiting for it to dry completely. And we'll center that on top of the gray granite piece. Now by putting it on here, that brings out the granite, the grays in there. If you put it onto saffron, you'd bring the yellows out. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Okay, so this piece is up on dimensional, so I'm not going to do any more with it. I want to put my stems on there first, but I can add my gray granite on the front. There we are. I almost didn't make it here this morning. Our internet was out for about a half an hour, and I was starting to panic. Because I couldn't get on the internet. So I had my phone, I was going to do my hotspot on my phone, and then I started up my program that allows my phone to be streamed to YouTube and discovered that it wasn't working. They'd updated it, so I had to reinstall that. It was bad. Okay, so here's the adhesive sheet that I did. So not only does it put adhesive on that die cut that I just put Tombow all over. Oh, Blondie. But it allows me to get down in those little pieces and for the adhesive. Oh my gosh, really? Go away. Oh. All right, sorry about that. That was a phone call. And I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. That's bad. All right, this is the inside, so I'm just going to lay that down like that and see how easy those adhesive sheets make it. Now, isn't that a stunning inside? What do you think? What do you think? I love the contrast between the gray and the white. Okay, now we can put adhesive on here. I can't believe I put adhesive Tombow on that white one when I put adhesive sheet on it, just so I wouldn't have to put the Tombow on it. How blonde am I? That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Now we need the long one. The long white one. Oops. On this piece. I'm going to have the yellow up in the corner. Put the long white one on here. And do you see why we have to build it first? Because I'm going to have a bunch of ends that need to be cut off. There we go. And then we'll put the other white one on. Now, let's see if I can get the liner off of it. It's not coming. There it is. I can't leave it like that because the liner would come off and then the flower would stick. The liner would stick to the card and the flower would come away. Okay. I just realized it. Not that one next. It's this one next. And I'm kind of keeping them all the stems all together at the bottom there. And we'll just plunk that one on once I get it off of my fingers. And now this one goes on over here like that. No, I want it up a little bit higher. Let's just scoot that up a bit. There we go. Now you notice that I'm not really pushing these down too hard because I might want to move them. And then the yellow one. And I'm going to put it up a little bit higher, right about there, I think. And then put on the gray granite one at the bottom. Okay, now I should have stamped first, but I didn't. So I'm using Sending Wishes from the New Eden's Garden. I love the fonts in this. So this is, thanks, Carmen. This stamp set is now available. It's an early release from the January to June mini catalog that's coming up obviously in January. So you can order the collection right now, stamp set, the dies, 2 papers, and the garden gems. I'm using basic gray to do this. And I have card kits for this card that I made last night during my Facebook Live. I have 2 more card kits for the next 2 people that order the collection through me. I will send you a card kit along with your thank you card. Okay. Oh, I got to be really careful because I really got goop on the edges of that. But if I put it down and just rub over top of it like this without rocking it, I won't get any of that ghosting happening. See? Worked perfectly. Yay! Okay, now I have the sentiment and I have that. So I'm going to take my block and rub over top of it. This just makes sure there's good adhesion for all of the adhesives that are on there. And then cut the stems off. There we are. So on the first one I made, I cut the stems off equal to the edge of the shimmery white. This one, I took them right down here, so it doesn't matter which way you do it. Get my dimensionals because this is popped up on top of the card base. And you know me, I like lots of dimensionals, so I don't have a floppy card. Nothing worse than a floppy card. There we go. Our card base back. Take off all the liners. There's a lot of them. Come on, get off my fingers. I keep meaning to put a garbage on my desktop when I'm doing this, so I don't have to keep going down into the garbage, but I never remember. Okay, so I'm going to hold it up on an angle while I figure out where I want to put it, and that way you get a little bit of movability. There we go. So there's our card front, and of course Nothing is ever finished until you put Wink of Stella on it. Come on, get loose. So I'm just going to do a little bit of Wink of Stella, not a lot, just on these things. Now you can do them all if you want. I won't take the time to do them all because that would just be boring for you guys. But it does adds just a little bit, even though the background is shimmery white cardstock and has amazing glitter shimmer in it as well. This just takes it up that extra little notch. Okay, there you go. So you get the idea, right? You see the Wink of Stella on there. Oh, that's so pretty. Then I'm going to add in some metallic pearls. So these come gold and silver. Well, I used the silver ones last time. I think I'll use the gold ones this time, just because I can, and it's a different card. Come on. Now, Shanna told me, I found out yesterday, that when she makes her cards, she's mixing things up on the bling, and she's adding pearls and rhinestones on the same card. Oh, take me outside my comfort zone. Oh, I know what that extra yellow one was for. Duh. It's for the envelope. Look at that. So now I have to, I didn't put adhesive on there, but I will. Some Tombow on that and then put it on the envelope, and then we're done. This beautiful, beautiful card. Come on. Tombow is not coming out. There we go. And I'm just putting, I should have, really, this should have had adhesive sheet on it. Because of it going onto the envelope, you want to make sure that it's all glued down. But I can't tell you. I have the adhesive sheets are right here next to me when I'm creating. All I have to do is lift my left arm up and they're right there, and I continually forget to use them. That's bad. All right, there we go. I bet it looks cool. I'm just going to have to work up to that, Shanna. I'll get there. I'll give it a try at some point. Thanks, Carmen. Oops, let's put this down because the tail is going to hang off over the edge of the envelope and I don't want it to get glue everywhere. And this just goes on here like this. And I'll use my block again just to make sure it's good and attached. Trim off the tail. And we're done. There we go. Trying to get that piece of tail that has glue on it. So there's our cards, ladies. There's the silver and the gold. Oh, sequins and rhinestones. Oh, I'm going to have to give that a try. So there we are, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you spending time with me in my craft room. The links to the recipes and the supply list for these cards are in the description. Oh no, Shanna, does that mean the next collaboration night I'm going to have to put multiple different blings on the card? Uh-oh. Yikes! Help me. That's way outside my comfort zone, but it's okay. That's what Friday nights are all about, right? Thanks, Janet. Okay, The links are in the description of this video, and there's also a link to my blog if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do that, or pop over to my blog, sign up for my weekly updates. I share a free card tutorial every Tuesday morning. And that's it for today, ladies. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Now, don't forget, I'm not live this Friday because, thanks, Joanne. Merci. I'm not live this Thursday or Friday because it's the Stampin' Up convention, but I'll be back on Monday on my Facebook page, and next Tuesday morning, I'll be right back here to do some stamping with you again. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon in my craft room. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.